right.
Today is the book club. It is August 4th, and you are listening to Enjoy English School. Open your magazines to pages 10 and 11. Our title for today, Insignificant Events in the Life of a Cactus.
那我们今天8月4号在好书俱乐部，然后我们今天跟明天会 cover 一样的主题，也就是仙人掌女孩。
Well, you guys know the book club. You're here at the beginning of every single month. We have a book, and then usually for day 1, we talk about the book. On day 2, we'll talk about the author and some themes and ideas about the story. The title, Insignificant Events in the Life of a Cactus, is boring, but they wanted it to kind of be boring, and we'll learn why as we go through the story. For now, let's look at the word insignificant. That just means unimportant or very small. Events just means things that happen, and a cactus, you probably know, is a big, tall, green plant that lives in the desert and has lots of little spikes.
那老师这边提到了 insignificant 这个字，那所有的国高中生在台湾的国高中生一定都背过 significant， 就是代表很重要的。所以当我们前面加一个 in 的字首呢，它就变成不重要的。所以不重要的一个 event， 一个活动，在谁的生活里面呢 ？In the life of a cactus， cactus 就是我们在沙漠地区成长的这个充满刺的这个植物，也就是仙人掌。
That's right. All right. Our subtitle for today.A story of facing the fear of being different.
所以当你看到仙人掌女孩，我们在讲什么呢？其实它就是在讲一段克服自己异于常人的恐惧的一个故事。
All right, with that, let's hear our story and we'll get ready for paragraph 1.
Insignificant events in the life of a cactus. Dusty Bowling's first novel, Insignificant Events in the Life of a Cactus, was published in 2017. The novel tells the story of a 13-year-old girl named Avon. Her adoptive parents have decided to move from Kansas to Arizona for a new job. Moving to a new place is never easy, especially for young people who have to part with their friends and make new ones. However, what makes Avon's story special is that she was born without arms. Although Avon doesn't have arms, she faces the challenge with humor and courage. Her adoptive parents have always encouraged her to do things on her own. As a result, she has learned to carry out most tasks with her feet, shoulders, and chin. However, at her new school, she feels upset that people focus on her differences instead of seeing her for who she is. Over time, Avon makes friends with 2 other kids who also struggle with being seen as different. Together, they form a strong bond and begin solving a mystery that is related to the theme park that her parents now manage. Throughout the story, Avon gradually learns to accept her differences and realizes the importance of having good friends who understand and support her.
Okay, friends, as always, have a blue pen ready and write in your magazine. Underline and highlight things. It will help you remember later. Paragraph 1. Dusty Bowling's first novel, Insignificant Events in the Life of a Cactus, was published in 2017 or 2017.
所以第一句呢，我们可以看到有斜体字，斜体字代表它是书名啊，它也在逗号逗号中间补充说明前面的 first novel 的名称。他说，达斯蒂·宝林的第一本小说于2017年出版，但是我补充说明，这第一本小说的名字叫做《仙人掌女孩》。
Be careful of the name Dusty, D-U-S-T-I, is a little non-standard. People will sometimes be very playful with their names. 这个应该是这位 Y but she wants an eye, and so she has an eye. But if something is very dusty, like no we're going to say D-U-S-T-Y.
Why?
That's right. Our next sentence, the novel tells the story of a 13-year-old girl named Avon.
那这一部小说讲述了一位名叫做 Avon 我们翻译成艾文的13岁女孩的故事。
Pick up your blue pen. Let's look at 13-year-old. We do not say 13 years old. Write an S and cross it out. 13-year here is an adjective, and we know adjectives are not singular or plural. They're adjectives. So 写 S 在 year 后面 and cross it out.
But if we don't have the hyphen.
So if we're saying like 13 years, like how long did she live in America? Oh, she lived in America for 13 years. Because 13 is the adjective to year. So year 在这个时候可以加 S. That's the noun. It's singular or it's plural. 是上个年, that's going to be your noun. 也可以加 S. This one right here, 13-year-old, is the adjective to girl.
所以在这边加了 hyphen 之后，它变成了一整串 13-year-old 都是形容词，所以我们不加 s.
All right, our next sentence here, her adoptive parents have decided to move from Kansas to Arizona for a new job. And if you can open a map and point to Kansas and Arizona, I will go to your house and shake your hand.
老师说，如果你可以拿出一个美国的地图，然后指出这两个地方在哪里，他说他请你留言，然后留下你的地址，他会去你家，然后跟你握手。
Minnie said she'll do that.
没有，是老师。OK， 这句话意思说，他的养父母呢决定为了新工作从这个堪萨斯州搬到亚利桑那州，所以它是从州到州之间。然后这边呢，我们可以看到 adoptive 这个字 T-I-V-E 结尾很重要，因为它让你知道这个字是形容词。
That's right. So adoptive parents means you didn't have a mother and a father. These two people, they said they will take care of you, so they adopted you. 这个是 ED 结尾. That's right. So we know Avon is an orphan. O-R-P-H-A-N.
就是代表孤儿。
That's right. So Kansas, if you look at a map of America, put your finger right in the middle. That's probably Kansas. And where is Arizona? If you look at California, that's on the that's on the West Coast. Go a little bit inside and tap your finger there near Las Vegas. That's Arizona.
完蛋了，一定有很多人要你去他家。你都告诉大家答案。
Or is it? So Kansas, you grow a lot of corn there. It's very flat and it's very cold in winter and it's pretty in summer. Arizona is hot and very dry. It's hotter than Taiwan and it's a desert. It's very, very dry.
沙漠地区比较干。
So let's continue here. Moving to a new place is never easy, especially for young people who have to part with their friends and make new ones.
搬到一个新的地方呢，从来不是一件容易的事，尤其是对于必须与朋友离别并结交新朋友的年轻人来说。
Okay, when we part with somebody or something, this just means you leave them, L-E-A-V-E, but this feels a little more formal, 比较正式一点. Normally, we just say goodbye and we leave. But when you part with, this feels like more permanent and forever. You will part with a loved one when they die. It's very serious, usually.
所以 part with 呢，我们这边翻译成离别，这个离别感觉是那种生死离别，或者是你真的是此生再也不相见的离别。
That's right. So when you part with here, it means like take this part and say goodbye to it. All right. Our next sentence. However, what makes Avon's story special is that she was born without arms.
然而转成语气出现了。他说，然而艾文的故事之所以很特别，是因为 she 这个女生，这个我们的主角生来就没有手臂。
So right away, I remember reading this story when I got it, and it was very shocking. Oh, now we have a whole new situation.
Yeah.
This kid moved from Kansas to Arizona. She doesn't have a mother and a father. She's adoptive. Oh, and she doesn't have arms. So now just your everyday life is very different than most people. That's right. Here's an experiment I wish I could try. go one day without using your arms?
It's impossible.
Well, it's not impossible, but think how hard it would be, right? Now, it may be impossible for you as a mother. Like, I don't have children, but how am I going to teach? How am I going to eat? How will I brush my teeth? How will I open my front door to go to work?
How are you going to feed your kid, pet your kid?
How am I going to use my Easy card in the MRT? How am I going to put my wallet away? And push it with what? That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So think of just maybe pause the video a little later and just all of the things you would have to do without your hands. What an interesting challenge that would be. And people live this their whole lives.
对，所以老师这一段是在讲说，你看我们现在已经知道我们这个故事的背景，他是一个孤儿，他需要搬家，然后他没有爸爸妈妈，他有一个新的养父，然后他没有手臂。那你去想想看，你生活中你能够过一天没有手臂的日子吗？
That's really difficult. All right, let's take a break here. And when we come back, we got paragraph 2. Hey friends, welcome back to Enjoy English School. It's the book club, and we're on pages 10 and 11. Our book this month is called Insignificant Events in the Life of a Cactus. Let's start paragraph 2. Although Avon doesn't have arms, she faces the challenge with humor and courage.
所以他这边的开头他说，尽管 Avon 呢，他没有手臂，但他以幽默和勇气面对挑战。
All right, look at the word although. In Chinese, although is 虽然但是. But look at the English sentence. Although Ava doesn't have arms, she faces the challenge. We don't say although and but together. You pick one. You pick your favorite. You can't use both.
没错，这个非常重要。我们中文讲说尽管但是，但英文里面你尽管跟但是 although 跟 but 你就只能选一个，不能两个同时使用。如果你两个都用了，就代表你是文法错误。
Also, when we use although but, one part will be negative and the other part will be positive or affirmative. So although Avon doesn't have arms, that's usually not a good thing. She faces the challenges with humor and courage. You can even hear me say it brighter because that's a good thing. So although bad, comma, good, or good, comma, bad.
对，所以当我们在用 although 句型的时候，我们要记得我们的主要句子跟次要句子，一个一定是正，一个是反，或者一个反一个正。
Okay, so humor just means something that's funny. Courage means being brave. And both of these can become adjectives when you add O-U-S. So humor, humorous, courage, courageous.
Courageous 这个读音稍微比较难一点点，一定要记得写下来哦。
That's right. Okay, her adoptive parents have always encouraged, there's that word courage again, her to do things on her own.
那我们上一段的 courage 是名词嘛，它是勇气，但我们这一段的 encourage 动词代表鼓励，所以这句话的意思，它是说他的养父母一直鼓励他独立做事。
Okay, so again, Avon is an orphan, and so she has adoptive parents, and they don't want her just to say, oh, we'll do it for you. We want you to do it by yourself. You learn how to do it, because then she can be more independent.
老师刚刚说 by yourself 要特别注意，老师当他用介系词 by 的时候，后面用 yourself， 但是如果你要说 on your， 那就不是 yourself 了，那就是 on your own.
Yep. All right, here we go. So encourage is a verb here. This means that we want you to do it by yourself, and good luck.
Yeah, 鼓励你，对不对？
Yeah, exactly.
我们也鼓励你要多背英文单字哦。
I always try to say it in English, and sometimes it's like, man, this is a hard one to say in English. All right, here we go. As a result, she has learned to carry out most tasks with her feet, shoulders, and chin.
所以因此这个 as a result 指的就是在他的养父母的鼓励下，那他的结果呢？因此他学会了用脚、用肩膀跟他的下巴来完成大多数的任务。
So when we carry out something, that means we do it, we finish it, or complete it. Listen to how I say this. Carry out. And a task just means your work or your job. And dude, I had someone ask me a question. What do you normally do using your chin besides like eating? Ready? This is so obvious. Ready? Fold your towels. Think how
What?
you fold a towel. Take the towel, fold it in half, and it's really big, and so kind of fold it like this. You grab your chin. Don't you do that? Doesn't everybody use their chin to hold it? Like, right?
Yeah, makes sense.
When someone said that to me, I'm like, dude, you're so right. Like, if I didn't have my chin, folding a towel would be a lot harder.
True.
Isn't it?
Wow, never thought chin was that important.
Dude, seriously, when they said that to me, I was like, boom. Like, yeah, it's really hard to fold a towel without using your chin. Like, now you don't have arms. It's like, well, at least she has her chin.
True.
So there you go. Think about all the things you do with your chin. Eating, talking,
And fold the towel.
folding towels. Maybe hold the pen in your mouth. I don't know.
所以老师刚刚是说，你会用你的下巴做什么事情？每天都会做的，即便你有手还是要。所以老师就说，我们在折毛巾、折浴巾的时候，一定会有这个动作。其实我第一个想到是我儿子，又是我儿子，因为小朋友他是手比较短嘛。
Oh, right.
所以他们在拿球的时候，拿超过2颗的时候，第3颗。
Oh, right. You kind of like, that's true.
Yeah.
Even like when you're carrying something really big.
Oh yeah,
like,
grocery.
if you're groceries or let's say you're moving in the past, our TVs were big and heavy. You 100% would hold the TV like this and put your head on it. You're exactly right, dude. You're so right. Like, who knew your chin was so useful?
下巴真好用。
All right. However, at her new school, she feels upset that people focus on her differences instead of seeing her for who she is.
所以这边上一句我们提到说，他可以完成大部分的任务，感觉是一个很好的事情啊，对不对？但我们这一段呢，他开头又用 however， 然而，所以我们就知道，话锋一转，他在新学校还是感到很沮丧。为什么呢？因为人们只关注他异于常人的地方，而没有真正的去了解他。
All right, pick up that blue pen. We got more stuff to write, so I want you to circle differences, the E-N-C-E. I remember on August 1st, we talked about ETA bags, and we talked about T-I-O-N, M-E-N-T, and now we have E-N-C-E, 还是 A-N-C-E. If these are at the end of your word, they are nouns. And if you don't know this yet, 赶快背起来 because it's really useful to know when you need a noun.
没错，所以我们又多学了一个新的名词的屁股了。除了我们刚刚8月1号学的有 T-I-O-N、M-E-N-T， 这边又多了 A-N-C-E 或 E-N-C-E.
That's right. Shun, mint. Now we have ins or A-N-C-E. And so pay attention to them. And instead of, so of 后面一定要加 ing. We also said that in the ETA bag article.
没错。
And don't forget, when we say instead of, 因为这个是两个单词，第二个事情是不要做的。So people look at her and say, you don't have arms. Instead of, 他们没有做 looking at her for who she is as a person.
所以老师这边的意思是说 instead of 后面是他们没有做的事情，前面是他们做的，后面是没做的。
That's right. 第二个事情是不要做的 because it's 2 words. All right, let's take a break, and when we come back, we got paragraph 3. Hey friends, welcome back to Enjoy English School. We're on pages 10 and 11. It's the book club. And our book this month is called Insignificant Events in the Life of a Cactus. So unimportant things that happen to a cactus. Over time, Avon makes friends with 2 other kids who also struggle with being seen as different.
所以这句话说，随着时间的推移 ，Avon 跟另外2位同样被视为异类而苦苦挣扎 struggle 的朋友呢的孩子成为了朋友。
That's right. We struggle with something. We face challenges. We saw that phrase, face the challenge, in the first sentence of paragraph 2. I drew a nice line between struggle with and face the challenges because they mean about the same thing. Also, the word different ends in NT. A lot of adjectives end in NT, but 也有很多意外. But we can see differences at the end of paragraph 2. And remember, a difference, E-N-C-E, is a noun. This NT is the adjective. Together, they form a strong bond and begin solving a mystery that is related to the theme park that her parents now manage.
那他们一起结下了深厚的友谊，并且开始解开与他父母现在管理的主题乐园有关的谜团。
So a mystery is like a story, a puzzle, or a crime, especially when someone is killed. There is a murder, but not always, especially with kids. But when we think mystery, it was like someone died and we want to know how they died and who did it.
Mystery 这个字它就是谜团的意思。那通常我们听到 mystery 就可能想说，哎，是不是有人被杀死了，还是有什么没有办法处理的事情，然后我们要去找答案这样。
Let's say this word again because you say it the way I kind of think I'm using teacher English sometimes. I say mystery. But really, I think when I'm talking with foreigners, I say it like you. How do you say it?
Mystery.
Mystery with that ch, right? So because I use my teacher voice, I say words slower. I try to say them clear. I really say it like this. Mystery.
Mystery.
And it sounds like a tree. Tree. Okay? So with that, your theme park is an amusement park like Disney or 那个环球影城
Universal Studio.
I forgot the English.
中文太好就
I
有这
was
个
like
问
the
题。
English was I forgot the English, so I tried to say the Chinese and I forgot that too.
Universal Studio, everybody.
Thank you. And manage means to run. Now, not run like this, but when we run or manage something, that means you're the boss.
Yeah, run a business 意思就是我们去管理或者去经营一个事业，一个 business， 对，所以就是用 run 或者是 manage 这个字都可以当管理。
All right. Throughout the story, Avon gradually learns to accept her differences and realizes the importance of having good friends who understand and support her.
哈，我们这边看到 importance ANC 先写下来，我先抢先 ANC、ENC 都是名词的屁股。在整段故事中呢 ，Avon 逐渐学会接受自己的不同，而且意识到拥有理解和支持他的好朋友的 importance 重要性。
All right. Well, with that, we're going to take an extended 24-hour break. But when we come back, we're going to have day 2 of our book club, and I'm going to tell you what this title means. So don't miss it. For Enjoy English School, I am Chris Gorski.
I'm Minnie.
And we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.